Hi, my name is Peter Sapira, and I am going to briefly go over some of the Zoom functions that I think are the most useful and that you will probably be using the most. The first thing I want to remind you of is this icon at the bottom here that says CC Live Transcript. The first thing you or your instructor should do at the beginning of every meeting once all the students are in is click that and then click Enable Auto Transcription. Then everything that everybody says gets put into closed captioning. It's very easy to forget, but it's also very helpful to everybody if someone's talking quickly or for whatever reason, they can always look down and see the text. The record button, you will never click that because we are not allowed to record any of these meetings. So just pretend that it's not there. There's chat. Polls, that is something that you or your instructor will set up ahead of time, and I address that in another tutorial. Reactions, that's if you want to give a thumbs up or whatever, and everybody has this. You can tell the students that they probably already know this, but if somebody says something you like, you can just do that, and then it shows. One other thing that is very helpful, but I'm not sure that a lot of students know this, and this is helpful for the students in your class, is the hand raise function. Because if there are 9 or more students, you're not able to see all of their squares at once. And what students will do a lot of times if they have a question is they will physically raise their hand, not knowing that nobody can see it. So I would remind students that the way they can get to the hand raise function is to go to participants, and next to their name, it's not going to show here because I can't, you're not allowed to raise a student's hand for them. But under their name, they will see raise hand. And because if a student does this, like you just think they're applauding something that somebody said, you don't realize that that's a hand raise. So I would instruct students to always go under participants, up to their name, and they'll see a little icon that says raise hand. Now we will discuss monitoring the chat. This is something you and your instructor will go over up to exactly how you want to do that, what you want to do. There will be times you'll want to interrupt, or again, communicating with your instructor about this. Do they want to be interrupted if something comes up? Do they want to save all questions until after? So in this case, the student has written, I have no idea what's going on. That is something, and they wrote that to everyone. That is something that you might want to respond to just to that person, as opposed to responding to everyone. Or you might want to respond to everyone. Something like, we'll talk during the break. This is probably something that should also be discussed with the students ahead of time of the difference between sending chat to everyone versus specifically to the CA or to the instructor. Let's say that Carrie Valentine is kind of spamming the chat. I can have her respond to the host only, or I can click onto this. Participant can chat with no one. So for a little while, Carrie can't chat to anybody because Carrie is derailing the class. And again, protocols, something you want to talk to your instructor about. Is that something you want to do? And if you want to remove that from your screen, go up here and hit close. Now let's switch to waiting rooms. So as I'm sure you've all heard many times now, the instructor can't be alone, or the CA can't be alone in a Zoom room with one of the students. And so all the classes are setting up waiting rooms ahead of time. For the purposes of this demonstration, I just have 2 people, Carrie Valentine and Carrie Valentine. Depending on how many people are in your class, the waiting room could have 20 people in the waiting room. And so this is something you and your instructor can discuss. Do you want to, once there are 2 students, do you want to start admitting students one by one as they arrive? Or do you want to wait until everybody's there or until a designated time, and then you can hit admit all, and then they all get admitted. So let's admit all of the carries. Sometimes it takes a little while. And here's something to know. When you hit admit, it admits the student. The student doesn't have to click on, yes, I will be admitted now. So this is where mute function can come in handy. Because unless your instructor has clicked the option mute upon entry, some of the students will come in and they might not know that they've just been admitted, and so they'll be talking to someone, or music might be playing in the background, or who knows, and you might have to mute them. Well, right now I've already muted them. So this is, once they're muted, if you hover over here, it says ask to unmute. But if they're not unmuted, it will say mute. And so you click up here and mute them, and then mute them. If, I'm going to always be giving this caveat, if you and your instructor have discussed this, and this is something you both think is a good idea, if a participant, a student, is being particularly disruptive, you can go under participants over here, click on more, and you can put them back in the waiting room. And then if it's time, for whatever reason, you just go back up here and you click admit, and they come back. Another function that I think you'll be using a lot is sharing screen. So hit share screen, and you will see all these different options. It's documents you may have up, tabs that you may have up. Make sure you click on the one that you want. Here's a quick note, something very important. If you are going to be showing a video, make sure you click this bottom left-hand little square that says share sound. If you are going to be showing a video or playing music or anything that has audio to it, and you do not click share sound, you'll be able to hear it, but the students won't be able to. So you click share. This is just the Smith web page. When you want to stop share, hover over here and click stop share, and then you come back to the Zoom meeting. Another thing you may be asked to do is to create a breakout room. And to create a breakout room, toggle down here at the bottom, click breakout room. Now, depending on how many students you have, that's going to probably determine how many breakout rooms you make. So you can make as many as you want. So let's just say you have 15 students. You probably make maybe 5. And you can do this assign automatically. And if you create here, hit create here, Zoom will randomly disperse the 15 students into 5 groups. You can assign manually. And if you hit create, Zoom will show you 5 breakout rooms to which you will then manually assign Carrie Valentine to group 2, Emma Stone to group 3, or however you want to do it, and let participants choose their own room. That's something where you, if you hit create there, you would then create categories for each of the 5 rooms. So the first room would be students who have questions about homework. Second group would be students who want to talk about movies or whatever you want to do. After you have created a breakout room, let's just do this with one room, and I'm going to assign both Carries to that room. Create. You click open all rooms. And then after the students have joined, what you can do then is visit the rooms. So let's just say that they're going to be in their rooms for discussing whatever for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. After you think you've given them enough time to start the discussion, and again, this would work better if I had more students here, but let's just say you had the 5 rooms, what you do then is go visit them. So I'm going to go, what you do is click up here, click join. Do you want to join? Yes. And then I am taken to their breakout room. Hi everybody, how's it going? How's the discussion? Any questions? Okay, we're going to talk for a few more minutes then in order to go visit other breakout rooms, I'd go down to the bottom here and click Leave Room. Leave breakout room. One very important thing, make sure you're clicking Leave breakout room. I have clicked End Meeting for All by accident, and it does what it says. It ends the meeting for all. So make sure you're clicking Leave breakout room. That brings you back to the main session. One other thing you can do in breakout rooms is broadcast a message to all. Please take notes or whatever you want to send and hit broadcast. Then, when you think it's been enough time, close all rooms. And they get 60 seconds to come out of their rooms. Now, the second, they can do that immediately, or if they want to keep talking, or for whatever reason, Zoom will kick them out of the breakout rooms and bring them back to the main meeting after 60 seconds. Okay, wonderful. Everyone is back from their breakout rooms. And if you are going to do breakout rooms again and you want to keep those rooms, you can just click Recreate. But now we're done with breakout rooms. Okay, everybody, that's it. We're finished. I apologize. That went a little longer than I expected, but I really wanted this to be comprehensive. So if you have any questions about Zoom or Moodle Workplace or anything else, you can, of course, contact your instructor, or you can contact me, Peter Sapira, or you can contact Meg Thatcher. Okay, everybody, have a great session. Bye.